The Lives of the Saints by Father Alban Butler. July 24th. Saint Christina the Astonishing. Virgin Christina was born in Brustum, a town in the Diocese of Liège, in 1150. At the age of 15, she and her two older sisters were orphaned. The family belonged to the peasant class. At the age of 22, Christina had an attack, probably of catalepsy, and the neighbors believed her dead and carried her body in a coffin to the church for a Requiem Mass. Suddenly, after the Agnus Dei, Christina stood upright, jumped out of the coffin, like a bird, according to her biographer, and hung on one of the beams of the ceiling. Everyone fled the church at once, except the saint's older sister, who gave an example of recollection and remained motionless until the Mass was over. Then the priest who celebrated it ordered Christina to descend from the roof, where she had taken refuge, it is said, because she could not bear the stench of human bodies. The saint revealed that she had actually been dead, that she had descended into hell, where she recognized many friends, and also into Purgatory, where she met other acquaintances. Finally, she had ascended to heaven, where she had been given the alternative of remaining there or returning to earth to take out of Purgatory, with her prayers and sufferings, those she had seen there. She chose to return to earth, and her soul had reanimated the corpse at the precise moment of the Agnus Dei. This was only the beginning of an incredible series of events. Christina withdrew to very remote places. She would climb trees, towers, or cliffs and hide in ovens to escape the stench of humans. She could handle fire without getting burned. She entered the icy waters of the river in the depths of winter without feeling the cold, and she could pass uninjured under a mill wheel. She used to pray balancing herself on top of a cage or curled up on the ground in the shape of a ball. Not without reason, people thought she was crazy or possessed and locked her up several times, but Christina always managed to escape. Once, a man managed to get his hands on her by hitting her leg with such force that it seemed to have broken her bones. The people took the wounded girl to a surgeon in Liège, who bandaged the leg tightly and chained her to a pillar. Christina escaped during the night. On another occasion, a priest who did not know her, frightened at the sight of her appearance, refused to give her communion. Then the young woman ran through the streets, threw herself into the Meuse River, and swam to the other side. She dressed in rags, lived on alms, and her behavior was truly astonishing. Her biographer writes, as if experiencing some sense of tranquility, that after Christina perched on the baptismal font of the Welland Church, her behavior began to resemble more closely that of other men. She became less restless and could bear the stench of mortals a little better. Christina spent the last years of her life in the convent of St. Catherine de Saint-Tron, where she died at the age of 74. Even in the convent, there was no lack of those who regarded her with the greatest respect. Louis, the Count of Luz, treated her as a friend, received her in his castle, accepted her reprimands, and on his deathbed insisted on opening his conscience to her. Blessed Mary of Oignies professed a certain admiration for her. The superior of the convent praised Christina's obedience, and St. Lutgard used to ask her advice.